Welcome back to our journey through all the Minecraft's versions. We are in 1.3. You pull up the 1.3, it says up there, 1.3.2 to be exact. And now in this version, they have added the ability to trade with villagers. And I want to test that out real quick. I have 22 wheat, and I'm going to get a thing. I don't know how this works. I did it in 1.19 once when I first came back to the game, but I'm sure it is much different in early versions. So you trade once and you get a new trade. Oh, this is a big deal. Actually, I like this guy. I'm going to figure out a way to transport you. I'm going to protect you first. This is for your own good, man. Trust me. I know. That was scary. I don't know why I jumped down here, but I did. Oh, shoot. That's not going to be easy to see. Let's do it with wood. That's going to be nice to have to not have to farm chickens as much. I also did the same. I didn't actually trade with them, but I trapped a guy here. I don't know what trades he does. And I trapped a guy here. I don't know if you can breed villagers in this version. I know you can in later versions. Like I said, I messed around with them in 1.19 when I first came back to the game. But I don't know when breeding is added into the game. It might be in the game right now. I don't even know how to do it in earlier versions. So we'll look into that later. Right now, we're going to fall into a random pond. My goal for this version is to make a desert village. And I want to make that village... Village is probably not even the right word. Maybe it is. Yeah, let's call it a village. It's not big enough to quite be a town, but it's not... I don't know. Village, sure. I want to make the village next to a pyramid. And I've already found one that way, maybe a little more that way. And I kind of got cleared away over the holidays and started just playing without recording and already looted the pyramid. But it's fine because I had already seen these in play when I played. Ow. I had already seen the pyramid when I first was playing Minecraft. That's how that should work. Interesting. And so I knew what to expect. I had looted pyramids back when they first came out. Knew the TNT was there, knew to avoid it, all of that stuff. So it wasn't a really interesting thing to watch happen. I set aside what I got out of it. I think I set aside all the right stuff. We'll see. But I found a pyramid, and we're going to we are going to build a village around that pyramid, which should be fun. It's not actually that far from home. I just came from the desert that has the stronghold in it. That's where I just was. I was gathering a bunch of sand so I can have sandstone to build up this desert village. Sandstone is going to be the base, and I didn't want to take it from the desert that the pyramid is in, because that might make it look funky. So I came over here to gather a bunch of sand, and I also wanted to check out those villagers, see what the trading was like in the first version that was added, and which ended up being a good thing. I'm going to go back to that guy eventually. What? No. Okay. I saw the blue shirt of the zombie, and for a second, I thought one of those guys was wearing diamond armor. That would have been scary. I also think in this version, they changed the lighting. I didn't see it on the changelog that I read, but it seems different. Seems it's better. It's less bold, less in your face. It makes it a little dimmer, I think, if that's the right word. Also, while I've been going back and forth between deserts, I've been breeding up all of the stuff and getting wheat. I need to harvest all that right now. Like I said, I found a pyramid, and it is that way. I'll go to it right now. I just need to sleep through the night, and also, I got 32 levels. I'm going to enchant something, because enchanting changed in this version as well. And I want to check that out. That's going to be very good change, I think. So let's check that out now. I think I have my enchanter in here. So we're gonna go with sword, pick. I think I'm gonna go with a pick. And the change, as far as I can tell in this version, is you always get a level 30 enchant, no matter what. Which is super nice, and also it only goes to level 30. It no longer goes to 50. So this is an amazing change. But I don't know what I'm going to get, just that it's level 30. Unbreaking 3. That's not desirable. Not what I was hoping for. But it might just mean I go through a little less iron, so I guess that's fine. Let's put this up, and we will grab the sandstone and head out. Also, it's been a few weeks since I read the changelog. I think there are new potions added. You can now grow a netherwort out in the... Oh, I did that forgetting that I have no inventory space. You can now grow netherwort in the overworld, which is super nice. And I think there were new potions added. I have to go back and look, see which ones they were. Can't remember off the top of my head. But that also means I'm going to probably do something with this room. Something better. It's kind of bland. I don't really like it. And it's going to be outdated very quickly when new potions get added. I think some will be coming in 1.5. Maybe it was 1.7. So that's going to be very outdated very quickly. So I think I'm going to do something with that. But for the moment, we are going over to this desert where I found a pyramid to make this big village. I already got a little bit started. Not very much, but I guess let's just take you on the journey just so you see how far it is. There's my place. The stronghold is that way, and the jungle is farther past my place that way. And we come over here. I believe we're about to see a snowy biome. Yes, I think that is it on the cusp of my render distance. And right past that is our desert. So everything seems to be close knit pretty well. That was very poor English, but you know what I mean, I think. And so that's very nice. It ends up working out so that I don't have to travel very far to get anywhere. I might make... I'm thinking about some sort of boat, specific transportation, I don't know what that would look like. Or making little land connections and maybe underground tunnels connecting everything. Maybe. That's probably the worst case. That's probably the worst of my ideas. I also know in one of the upcoming versions, we're going to get horses. 1.6 or 1.7, maybe. So maybe I prepare for that and have like horse highway connection thing. That could be interesting. I don't know. I'll think on that for a bit. And yes, we also have a jungle here, which is mildly frustrating that I went a lot further out of my way. I'm leaving those. And there's the jungle much closer. But it's also kind of nice so I don't have two of my big builds like right next to each other. Because this is probably going to be a fairly big build. But here, this is all I got started. I was messing around with like a little tent pavilion type thing. It's nothing special, and it exists. This is the sandstone I have gathered, and so that's going to be a foundation, but I'm going to need a lot more for what I have planned. Like, a lot more. This is sand I have. I can turn into sandstone. I'll keep it sand for the moment. I think we're going to lay down some foundations. I'll use wood, I guess, as a foundation block, just so we can see what's... Maybe wood's not the best option, but I'm committed now. We can get an idea of the scope of what we're going for. Here is the pyramid. Like I said, I already looted it, so you can see there's the chests are still down there. I took the pressure plate, and I think actually I have the stuff that I got out of it. I think most of this, I think, is what I got out of it. Obviously, also the pressure plate, maybe a little more iron. I think I came with this, and maybe some bones came out of it, probably. So that's what I got out of it. Nothing special. And here we go anyway. So I'm thinking this is kind of be the corner of the town. Everything's going to sort of funnel into this. I'm potentially going to add on to it, make a little bit of a design like down here. Make it more of a tomb, possibly. And so the idea being that everything funnels to this tomb, which was possibly some former ruler or the founder of the village or something like that. So everything's going to funnel here. We're going to have most of the houses on this side and possibly another pyramid or other tombs over here. Sort of lesser, like smaller scale stuff, so that this is the big one, and then we have smaller ones over here, and the main village over here, with maybe a monument or a statue right here, right where the sun is. I think could be cool. The decision is what kind of scale do I want? Do I want a whole nother building here? Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'll call it... It's not going to be square, but just to take up the space, I'm going to make it a square. I'll call it 15 by 15 for the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is the scale. This is definitely much smaller than it's actually going to end up being, but it's fine. Give me just an idea. And I'm just coming up with this idea at this exact moment. I think this is going to be like a palace. a small palace, not something crazy big. It probably will be pushed back. I bet I'll have it fill this area. But right now I'm just lining things up to look nice. And inside that palace will be the smaller tombs that I was talking about. Maybe even put some small tombs in here. If I expand this to be bigger, might get rid of the watchtowers and make them tombs, like in this little corner. That could be cool. One on each side. How thick is this wall? Pretty thick. So I can make some come into that area too as well. And I was thinking that I would cut out right here and make this sort of a spiral staircase going down into the greater tomb that I'm going to add on. I don't know, just a thought. And then over here, let's see, scale wise, we probably want a path. I don't know what the path will look like. Yeah, I don't know. We'll probably want a path. People will have treaded on this area to get to the tomb and the palace quite frequently. So we'll probably have a path. Let's call it a 5-wide path. Maybe. Yeah. And it will veer this way towards the, which will mean the village area starts. I want a little bit of space, not a ton. Probably start here and come out that way. Maybe. Oops, wrong button. Oh well. And it will be big. This will be big. I'm thinking, let's dot it instead of one big line. Let's do a few. And then, so it will come all the way this way. And there will be houses in this platform, probably a stairwell into a platform where houses will be. And I think here, a lot of just a tower sort of thing. A lot of times I'm kind of basing this off of Egyptian architecture because the pyramid seems like the choice to be making. It might be the wrong choice, but maybe not. Who knows? But a lot of times you see these big towers that are monuments to different things. I maybe want one out here, maybe a little further back. That's the general gist. And this will be gone. This is a staging area sort of thing. And the first thing I'm going to do is calculate. Let's see. Thinking in my head, we're going to go yeah, this palace is going to be pushed back for sure. I think the path is how I'm going to calculate. Everything else will follow when I know the path. So I don't know what the path is going to look like. Probably use some birch and some sand and sandstone with some stairs and such mixed in. But we're going to just dig it out so we have an idea of what's happening. So the path leads to the pyramid, obviously, and comes out. It will intersect where some people will have gone over to the palace instead of the pyramid. And then turn to so this will probably be the intersecting point. So right here is where I'm calling these. This is going to be the center of the village, the platform in which I'm going to put the village on. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, I think that's works. The path that this is going to be cleaned up. It is not going to be so rigid and such. This is just to give a general idea. So I'm thinking there will be 3 pillars on each side that are lining a stairwell. That will make it look interesting. And this will be the center where you come in. A pillar will be right here. It'll be 7 wide, is how I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pillar. 3 blocks of gap, which is perfect for here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 block gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's 3 pillars. So that's as far as it's going to go this way, which does perfectly fit with the palace, whatever, being right here. And then that means that we do the same thing going this way. Let's remove these as they're not a pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3 gap. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's as far as it will go. And then over here, we'll have the pillar, which will probably, now that we know that's ending there, probably push that to around here. Or maybe have 2 pillars. That's also potential. And then houses over here, like I said. Now let's build one of these columns so we have an idea of what we're working with. This is going to be quite difficult, actually. Let's put everything away that we don't need. Armor. Oh yeah, in this version, armor can be shifted on. That's a very good addition. And we go 3 out. It's 7 by 3 by 9. I'm purposely not going to fill in this one. Any of these 3 blocks, they're going to be a different kind of sandstone. Forgot to be counting. This is 1, that's 2, this is 3. And then the idea is there's a cave clearly like right under me. So the idea is that we do smooth along both ends, and we do chisel the middle. And that looks interesting. Gives it just a little bit more texture instead of it being completely flat. It will add a layer of just a tiny bit of texture. Like that. And that is half of 1 pillar. Now, we get to the hard part. First off, what I forgot to do is these corners are going to be smoothed. This guy and this guy. And then we are going to have stairs on the top row. 2 layers of stairs. And then we're going to have stairs here. Like so. Another layer of stairs. Which I'm out of course. And then this will lead into the second layer of the column. We're going to go 9 again. This is why I need so much sandstone. Because I, of course, choose to build in stupid designs that cost a lot of blocks. So the question is now, does this carrying over that way be enough, or do I carry over the smooth here as well? If I carry it over here as well, I probably should put it under that stair and as a way of sort of carrying it through there too, which I think I'll do. So let's see. I'll put it there. Is just the 1 block enough, or is this transition going to be a little too... Yeah, I think that works. So here is one of the columns. I don't know. At the top, all of them are going to be connected by a flat platform, which is what the top's going to look like. Maybe a stair to kind of give it a little bit of slope. But that's the idea. And I like it. I think I do. I just have to repeat that 5 more times. Which means getting a ton more sandstone. Okay. I think that's where I'm going to end the episode. But before I do, I want to do a little bit of experimenting with the villagers. See how far I can take. This guy is the one that gave me wheat or traded wheat for emeralds, which I'm going to get a bunch of emeralds if I can. Can't shift click into it, that's sad. But it seems like I got a ton of emeralds from him. And then I can get raw chicken. Or not, no, I don't want the raw chicken. I'll get a bunch of regular chicken. Probably shouldn't have used all the emeralds now that I think about it. Will that upgrade you? Or do I have to do the raw chicken? That's the question. Now you only have the raw chicken one. Interesting. Yeah, that's all you have. So then this guy, he wants a helmet, I think. I brought all this stuff from my base because I didn't know what would and wouldn't be needed, so I just rather be prepared than not. This guy, oh, he gives a helmet. Dang it. Just made the helmet for nothing. This guy is not going to give me any emeralds. I should not have used all those emeralds. Let's see. There's 2 guys over here. See if either of them gives me emeralds. Paper did bring sugarcane. Let's plant some so we have a replenishable supply. Oh. 2 is fine for now. Deal with that later. so he wants paper. Let's see if the other guy wants something easier. Before I fully commit to paper. Oh no, he wants wheat as well. Okay. So paper it is. Where did I put the grafting? It's right here. There you are. Didn't look to see how much he needed. He had 20 something. Let's do that. And now you want paper. I gave you paper. Are you happy? Yes, you bubble. Hello. You're happy, but not enough to give me another trade. But anyway, oh, it's becoming night. Maybe sleep. But 2 emeralds is what you wanted for a helmet. Now I have 2 helmets. May as well put one on because I don't have for any other kind of helmet. You do open another trade. You give me saddles. That's interesting. I don't have any use for saddles, but good to know they're an option. But yeah, so that's interesting information. Don't overload a trader or he'll stop giving you trades. Maybe that's on a day. Maybe that's on a day cycle. Let's actually check that after I check you. Yeah, nothing. It might be on a cycle based on days. So no, you're still giving me nothing. Okay. I don't know how these guys work exactly. Do you need to sleep? I didn't ever see any of them in beds, so I don't think that's it. Maybe it's just time. There's probably a clock on this guy and he'll change. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. We had some fun building. Next time I'm gonna try and build some houses. That's gonna be interesting in that little village. But for now I'm gonna decimate a desert to get all the resources I need.